Okay, today I'm out here with the John Deere 185 Hydro. Pretty similar model to most any lawn tractor. And what's happened is the throttle cable doesn't work. When I put it up and down, it makes you think you're doing something. But if we look here, the cable is just opening and closing. The cable has an outside sheath and an inside piece that's actually supposed to move. I think what we've got here is corrosion from the battery. When the battery was there, it was corroding, putting off corrosion off the side of the battery, touched that, and made it rot away. So we're going to replace that. On this model, it should be a pretty straightforward issue. It'll be the same on most any model. So how you get your part, your proper part, is you bring the information off of this tag, or whatever tag tractor you have. Bring that to your, either this one would be a Deere dealer, or just get them online. They all have parts to look up online now, so you can look it up by that, because there are sometimes you can't just say they all fit the same one. For example, if you were to pull a throttle cable off another 185, it might be the wrong one. Sometimes within any model year, they have a break point where under this serial number is one part number, and above that serial number is another part number. So you could actually get the wrong one. So look it up by serial number. This tractor here takes this part number right here. I just got the original part because it was cheap enough. Sometimes there's aftermarket parts from Stens and different companies like that. They could save you money if you're not really a purist. You don't have to have everything OEM. You decide on the quality level though. If you take this loose here, that cable's adjustable up and down, in and out. And that'll give you more or less throw on this piece, which is what you're turning. Okay, so on this model, use the 8mm. You could use a screwdriver type also, but just because I have it available, I'm just going to use this socket. Loosen that. Now we got to work on up there, and that's, I already looked at it, it's 10mm. And you'd have to take your battery out on this model. Of course, my battery's already out, so it saves me trouble. Some kind of weird semi-captive bolt is up there. Probably have a fun time getting that back on. There's no access to the other side. Line slides out. We'll just get the Z-band out of there now. That's here. You got to pull in the outward direction to get that part to slip out of there. Just mind where the other one was routed through, so we can get it back in the same place the factory had intended it. Then it stays out of trouble. Yeah, and again, this one, I didn't get it on camera earlier, that outside sheath just broke, so when you push on it, it just pushes both halves and it doesn't activate the throttle anymore. Okay, I've got the new one. Let's start by fishing it in where it goes. Follow the same path. We'll get this bottom Z-bend in first. Back this off a little more, just can't quite get in there for some reason. There we go. I'm going to just put that loosely on there. And then we'll put this up into its home. Whoop, did I lose you there? Not bad. They want to push back in because those bolts just kind of hang there. And what did I just do with the other bolt? Nut. Uh-oh. There it is. Probably should have done this one first. You almost have to tip it out of the way to get your finger in there. I'm trying to put a little side pressure on the throttle to hold that bolt on the bracket to hold the bolt. That is not working. There we go. That'll tighten up quick enough. They spin a little bit. Good. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I found out that this one is way tighter than the old one, especially without the plastic lever on it. It's way tighter. It was up, but you have to go over a little bit to get it to choke. So I've now got this all the way up. I didn't have it all the way up originally, which is why it wasn't working. So then the key is, you want this to go complete full choke. You want that to happen every time. So we'll text it a couple times with the lever. If it doesn't go complete full choke every time, your machine is going to be terribly hard to start. And the down part, we don't care about the length as much, how far it goes down. This one seems to bottom out, so we're fine. But we definitely want to make sure we get that full choke action. So I put it all the way up to choke. Let me loosen this again just to verify. So if I go farther, it can move just a little more, so I'll put this all the way up as tight as I can get it. Some of them have a separate choke. You wouldn't have to worry about it as much. Some of them have one cable for choke and one cable for both for run. The other thing I want to check is if I bring it back to the run position and fast, I want to make sure that the choke is turning off. So when the lever up here is in fast position. We can watch the choke arm there, and it's going all the way up. Let me show you what I'm doing here. This on a John Deere stops about 3/4 of the way up, and then you have to push over and up for the rest of the way for choke. So this is your throttle range, and then it has to go. This has to go over and up for choke. When I'm all the way up, I don't want to see that choke bar moving at all. On mine, it's this bar right there. And we're good. So that's pretty much how you replace a throttle cable. Choke cable would be about the same thing. I'm just going to put on the final touches of the lever that of course doesn't come with it, and we'll be done. Okay, mine runs M89597. I found some of the aftermarket ones where this one's orange, were like this different color, and I wasn't so sure they were going to fit, so I went with the OEM on this one. I don't think it really matters a terrible amount. All this does is push straight down. And you want to go till it stops on those tangs. See if I can get that to push down just a little more. It's got another 1/4 inch. Not easily. I'm going to try just tapping it a little. I hate to do it. It's plastic. And it's kind of hard to get to. What about if I do this? Or this? Okay, I think mine isn't going to go all the way down to the tang, because I'm afraid I'm going to split that thing and cost myself more problems than it's worth. Let's call it done. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, if it helped you out, please subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and give me a like if you would. Thanks.